Did you know? School Sport Victoria offers 650,000 sporting opportunities in 31 different sports at 10,700 events across the state every single year. That's a lot of kids playing sport. And for over 25 years, the Victorian School Sports Awards have recognised more than 1,500 students, teachers and volunteers for excellence and outstanding contribution to school sport. Now that's a champion effort. Did you know? School Sport Victoria offers 650,000 sporting opportunities in 31 different sports at 10,700 events across the state every single year. That's a lot of kids playing sport. And for over 25 years, the Victorian School Sports Awards have recognised more than 1,500 students, teachers and volunteers for excellence and outstanding contribution to school sport. Now that's a champion effort. Did you know? School Sport Victoria offers 650,000 sporting opportunities in 31 different sports at 10,000.
Well, good morning everybody and welcome to Trevor Barker Beach Oval in Sandringham for School Sport Victoria's Team Vic Australian Football Showcase Day. 2 games coming up for you this morning and this afternoon. Our Year 12 and under girls about to get underway, and a little while later today our Year 12 and under boys first bounce in that one coming up at 12:30 p.m. You're watching on the School Sport Vic website and all across our social pages too, on Facebook and on YouTube. Thanks for joining us wherever you're watching and however you're watching. Brent Stenberg is my name, and riding shotgun with me today in commentary is the lovely Han Solo. Good morning to you, Han. We're getting ready to see some of our best junior footballers in the state go at it today in okay conditions for football. It's a bit cloudy overhead and a little bit cool, but a lot better than what we thought we were going to get conditions-wise.
Yeah, I'm very surprised about that sun that came through earlier. It was a very nice sunshine, but here being in Sandringham, it can get really windy, really wild before you know it. So we see the clouds come in, but hopefully they are not here to stay, but it's going to be a cracking one. I can't wait for what's to come today.
You're seeing on your screen at the moment the Team White, the under-12 girls Victoria White team. So these are some girls that are not necessarily Vic Country. I know when we see that jumper, we think of Vic Country, don't we? We're going to be calling them today, apart from the moments where I slip up, we're going to be calling them Team Blue, as you see now on your screen, and Team White, not necessarily Metro and Country. I'm going to have to go against every fibre in my body to not say that, Han. But the ladies from the Vic White team, we've got some from all over the place, out as far as I can see a young lady here from Learmonth Football Club, that's out in the Central Highlands Footy League, and then a couple around the sort of AFL South East and Yarra Junior Football League, AFL Barwon as well, of course, and then we've got in the under-12 girls Vic Blue team some young ladies from some very famous football clubs that have spawned a lot of women's talent in the women's revolution, really, that we're seeing. And don't forget, Han, this is the under 12, year 12 and under girls that we're seeing for only the second time. Last year was the first time. We've had the year 15 and under a handful of times, but these are our young girls, some of our best underage talent in the state that are breaking their huddles now, and they're set to go at it, and it's exciting.
It is exciting, and you see these opportunities that come arise. You know, you see how it's grown as well, as you mentioned. You know, we've never seen ladies or girls be so participant in football, which is great to see. I never had it when I was younger, and it's this opportunity that creates that pathway onto the big leagues if they want to get there.
One of the interesting things today is we've got a lot of girls that look like they're wearing their shorts and socks from their local club, so it's going to have a little bit of a Lightning Premiership feel to it. We're just about ready to go at Trevor Barker Beach Oval. In the ruck for the blue team, it looks like we've got the number 25, Sienna Marcoux. And in the white team, I think I can see number 16 there. And that will be Alice Nelson, unless I'm mistaken. So we're just about ready to go under grey skies here at Trevor Barker Beach Oval. We've got the scouts or the coaches looking on the broadcast wing. Looks like it's going to be the white team going to the right of screen, which is the Nick Sortner end of the ground, I should say, the famous Nick Sortner. Back towards the middle of the ground they go. Almost a nice take there by the number 10, India Hope. She's a young lady that we're keen to see today. Outside of the boot, all Vic White early on. Nice gather there by, that was young Chloe Bilakalia. Out into the pocket. And a chance here early on for the white team, doing all the attacking early on. The Vic Blue have some numbers there. Flying shot towards the goal. Some defending to do here. And that's Melina Briganti. A shot towards the teeth of goal. The Vic Blue team pretty keen not to concede it. Trying to come through there. Oh, getting a handball and turning it over. And now a flying shot for goal. Just off target. Reaching for it there is Mel Briganti again. Been in the thick of the action early on, as have a lot of the ladies in the Vic White tops. Back out towards the wing. That's a nice take there. And running off with the football is Miller Zampa Kelly towards the 50. And now there goes Kate Dayton. Had a bounce, floating one to the goal square. Again, plenty of numbers back there for the Vic Blue team. In the bright orange boots there, the number 10, that was India Hope once again. She's looked like she's found a teammate, marking about 15 out from goal. And this is Sienna Marcoux, who we saw in the ruck early on. Yeah, will she go here, Han? 15, 20 out right in front.
The wind might be in her favour, actually.
She's backing her in. That's a nice kick.
Oh,
and Sienna
nice
Marcoux,
kick.
good call, hand. It goes bang from right in front. And the team that's been doing all the attacking early on strikes first. It's good play from Vic White.
It was good play. It was just patient build-up. They, got that ball back in. It was desperate defending from the Blues, but they just struggled to get that out. Just desperation from the Whites, and first goal in it. Well-deserved goal.
The Sienna Marcoux from Our Lady of the Pines School plays her local footy at the Beverly Hills Junior Football Club. Brent Stenberg and Han Solo here with you, and it's remiss of me not to have introduced him before now, because he's the best talker amongst the group, and here he is now. It's Nick Holloway, the Schools and Inclusion Manager at AFL House. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Brent. It's a pleasure to be here watching the girls today, and we've announced our partnership with School Sport Victoria over the week, and it's a very important partnership for AFL Victoria, and to see so many girls playing football. Don't quote me on these numbers, but I think it was a 502% increase over the last 10 years in girls playing football as part of the School Sport Victoria pathway, and I think that's on show today.
Yeah, so between 2010 and 2019, girls primary school Australian football participation grew by 9,300, if you don't mind, and you're right, bang on, 502% growth as the blue team look to go forward. Really, for the first time today, that was Lexi Johnston who got her kick away. They've got it up to half forward here, and on the bottom of all of that pack is Miller Zampa Kelly, and she is from Carey Baptist Grammar School, and another one actually from Beverly Hills Junior Football Club. We've got a free kick in the ruck here, and it's going the way of the young lady out there with my favourite name, Gypsy Quaife, bursting through the number 9 for the blue team. Not a bad effort. That was Mathilde Beckus, just offline. This is a good response, though, from the blue team, who, well, their defenders were working overtime a moment ago, and now their forwards are seeing some action, Han.
They are seeing some action, which is great to see the footy going into their forward 50. It looks like it's going to be a ball up in the forward pocket, right hand over there. And it's the Blues, they're trying to get it out, but the Whites, they've managed to have composure to just get it out in the left pocket there.
They're white hot.
White
The White team. Don't laugh at that pun, hon. There's going to be plenty of those today. You don't have to laugh at all of them.
No, it's funny. I'll laugh the first one. The rest I'll laugh. I'll keep it.
Free kick here for the blue team. This is Ruby Flett, who's got it 50 from goal. Oh, not a bad looking kick out into the pocket. Just couldn't quite link up with her teammate there. The number 7, Charlotte Coysh, and now it has gone out of play in the right forward pocket. I was going to ask you, Nick, about the rise in female participation in football. We all see it, all of these clubs that have popped up, but of course it's really important, those numbers at school level, which obviously is that concerns you and your people there at AFL House. How proud have you been of the work that you guys have been able to do there in increasing that number of girls that only a short time ago we know couldn't play football, could play it, maybe in the schoolyard, but in terms of club football, it just wasn't really an option for them beyond that certain age point.
Yeah, look, it's been unbelievable to see over just probably the last 10 years how far girls football has come. You look at the School Sport Victoria pathway, there's opportunities for girls to play football in grade 5 and 6, year 7 and 8, 9, 10 and senior. So, we're seeing the rewards of that in community football where there's girls teams all over the state now. So I think in terms of a step forward for the game, girls football might be the biggest thing over the last 10 years.
We've got young Georgia Norton here in the right forward pocket, right on the boundary line. This will take a good kick, Georgia. And she's backing herself in. Does she go with the drop punt here? She does. She's done really well.
It's a fantastic quality game, isn't it? You see the spread of the players. It's not all in one pack. The players are spreading from the contest and keeping to their position. The quality is absolutely fantastic.
Georgia Norton from deep in the pocket. Well done, young lady from Furbank Grammar School, the East Brighton Vampires in the junior, the South Metro, I should say, Junior Football League. We shouldn't be surprised that she's kicked that goal. She's kicked 11 goals in 5 games this season for the Vampires. So we've got 1 goal apiece. I agree with you, Nick. Some good quality out there. We'd expect that. This is our best talent that we've got in the state at this age level. Now the white team who scored first through Sienna Marku are looking to go forward and try and break through for another one. Tia Crossland, I think, has got a free kick. Well, she's been penalised, in fact, for holding the ball. Vic Blue on the outer side. Centre wing, looking for her teammate there on the far side. That's Lexi Johnston, number 8. Still, it's the white team, though. Just couldn't quite get it on the first attempt there, young Tia Crossland, and now she's on the bottom of the pack. Bursting out of there now is Remy Slywer. Ball parked at half forward here. The umpires called for a ball up. 1 goal apiece, about 7.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. 15-minute quarters here for the girls first up.
Well, not a bad side already for the Whites of patient build up into the forward, and great mark too.
Yeah, a lovely kick as well. The mark's taken by Ava Baxter, who thinks she's a little bit too far out to score, so she's tried to chip one up to the top of the goal square, but a nice defensive mark there is taken by Jess Gray. Kick's gone centrally. Bit of a dangerous kick, but it'll work out. Opportunity there for Alice Nelson to get boot to ball.
Oh, great fend off too.
Yeah, might break here for Georgia Norton, the goal kicker who's now playing at half back. Just got beaten that time. Now coming away with it, Jemima Hood. She's stripped of it. Tough ball up for grabs early in the middle of the ground here at Trevor Barker Beach Oval. Going in again, number 25, Gypsy Quaife. I mentioned her a moment ago. Fantastic name, Gypsy. Yes. She's a very good swimmer. She's won a lot of school races and races in her region in the pool. So there's a name to remember, as if you could forget it. Gypsy Quaife.
No.
Here they go again, the white team. Maybe a free kick here for India Hope. I think the umpires pulled out a free kick for too high. Lauriston Girls School, Ajax Junior Football Club. Oh, terrific mark taken in deep attack. Ava Baxter in the bright blue boots and the bright pink socks. Good defending there by the blue team. Taken well by It was Kate Dayton, who thought she might have got a free kick, but she gives the football back to the umpire. The white team knocking on the door again in the right forward pocket. That was Dayton again, who got a quick kick out of the pack. Umpire blows the whistle and says, what does he say? It must have gone out on the full, I suspect.
Possibly, yeah.
Yep. Got too much on the kick. Oh, that's a dangerous one. She might get it back here.
That wind again, that's...
it's tricky, isn't it?
It is very tricky, especially in Sandringham.
Well, that Nick Sortner end of the ground is generally the end of the ground. It's a little bit trickier to find the goals. Oh, that was a throw. Umpire says play on. And now we do have a call coming, going the blue team's way. Or the white team's way, actually. He pointed the wrong way, the umpire. So a free kick here going to the goal kicker, Sienna Marku, who off one step, has just about kicked the goal. Her teammate tried to mark it right on the goal line.
Oh, but she's left that through, but you never know in the end. You don't know how far the goals are behind you.
Well, it wasn't a bad kick off one step. She sent it, I reckon, 29 metres and it had to go 30. Her teammate almost took a good overhead mark right on the goal line. Still no behinds in this one. 1 goal apiece. Sienna Marku for the white team and Georgia Norton for the girls in blue. Couldn't quite link up with the handball there. That was Tia Crossland again. Been a bit of a scrappy start, but we've seen a couple of passages of play, link-up play that have been quite promising. Nice intercept mark there, taken by the number 12, Remy Slower, wearing the long black sleeves under the white jumper. Oh, great play there, and really nice handball went to the number 6 for the white team, Melina Briganti, who kicks a goal. And the white team have a bit of reward for effort there.
If you see the replay, it was just great vision. Just brings it straight into the pack, and then it's just brilliant play, brilliant pass to the left, and bam, just saw the goals.
Yeah, handball, Han, from Lucinda Rankin, found Melina Briganti. And that's a good little example of what I was talking about, that great team play.
You see that? Whites were banging on the door, as you said, and now they score their second goal, and no behinds as of yet in this game.
They're moving forward again here. Oh, they're going to pinch it. That might have been Briganti again, who just got her boot to ball. Just falling out of her hands there was Sliwa. And then back to Briganti, who has a flying shot at the goal and finds, guess who? Sienna at the top of the goal square. This is a great opportunity for Sienna Marku, who kicked the first goal of the game. She marked it in the goal square. The umpire says take your kick from right in front. Sienna goes bang, and she's got 2 of their 3 goals.
The work rate from the white team is really showing here, isn't it? The spread from the contest by the midfielders to bring the ball forward is first class.
Which, you know, it sees that on the board, you know, their hard work. You know, you don't want to go all hard, all the work, and then you get nothing in reward, and they've actually shown that. And if you give the players their moments like Sienna, she can, you know, perform. And brilliant goal again in the top of the goal square.
Ball up for grabs here in the middle of the ground. Be interesting to see when the second quarter arrives, if we've actually got any conditions favouring that end, or if it's just maybe the white team being a little bit too strong, as they've scrimmaged it back inside 50 again. Kate Dayton, handball off to a teammate, flying shot at the goal. Sienna Marku a chance. Don't tell me she's going to kick a third. She's rounded her opponent and walking on into an open goal. 3 goals, Sienna. Whoa, look out.
Look out indeed. That fend-off was just brilliant.
Yeah.
It was just so confident, went into it and went, oh my, look at this replay here. Bounce, great bounce.
A bit of an awkward bounce for her, but she read it well.
Yeah, she read it well, and great finish, so bam. So, Nick, we're talking about these players. They're just, for their age, it's just crazy to see that they're playing at this level.
Yeah, her craft around goals is quite phenomenal for her age, isn't it? The way she senses where the goals are and can move her opponent around.
Jasmine Jones with the centre clearance there for the white team. 4 goals to 1 in favour of the ladies in white. Another little fend-off there from Lucinda Rankin. Now I think that's Crossland in there again for the white team, who's been in amongst everything. Earned herself a free kick. Kicking towards about 30 out from goal. The whole pack goes down. A couple of girls in blue collide with one another. Still, it's Crossland fighting for it in there. Eventually taken away by Indy Springett. Still over it here, Springett, but good hustle by the blue team to get some numbers for the contest into the final minute of the first quarter. Hurry kick towards goal and a really strong defensive mark taken there by Alice Nelson. But parents will be proud of that intercept mark, Alice. Kick out of the back line, taken by Sliwa. Handball off to Charlotte Campbell, who's managed to find the number 11, Ava Baxter, who has had plenty of it as well in this first quarter. So many of the girls in white have racked up the disposals. That kick has bounced out of play in the pocket. I reckon we've got the last touch, or the last disposal, out of bounds rule. We know we have that in between the arcs in the VFLW and AFLW and a lot of our women's competitions. Looks like we've got that here today from end to end. So a good start for the white team, and a great start in particular for the number 25, Sienna Marku from Beverly Hills, with 3 goals in that opening quarter. And they have a handy lead at the first break. The ladies who are in the white, they've got 4 goals straight. 24 to the blue team, 1 straight 6. We'll step out and take a little breather and come back for the second quarter. You're watching the School Sport Vic 2022 Australian Football Showcase Day on the SSV website and our social media channels. Brent Stenberg, Han Solo here with you, as well as Nicholas Holloway, Trevor Barker Beach Oval in Sandringham, and we'll be back for the second quarter in just a while.
Sorry, I was a bit quick, wasn't I? We have, so yes. Sorry, I was probably. There's so much to say, isn't it?
Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the School Sport Vic 2022 Australian Football Showcase Day on the SSV website and social media channels too. Brent Stenberg, Hans Solo, and Nicholas Holloway here with you from Trevor Barker Beach Oval in Sandringham. First game of 2 today, quarter time. It's the White Girls who have jumped out to a nice early lead. They're going to jump out of the middle here as well. Handball just intercepted. Just quickly, Sienna Marku with 3 first quarter goals. Melina Briganti, the other one for the blue team. For the white team, just that 1 goal in that first quarter. Georgia Norton, we were mentioning a few times in that first quarter, Han, about really good quality of football that we saw in that opening term.
Very good quality indeed, and it's, you know, how do they get this to here? And that's what we're seeing right now, is just the opportunity that we give to these girls in these clubs. And a lot of them, as you mentioned, do come from clubs that help them build that pathway. And that talent that we see right now is just amazing to see these girls develop that in these clubs.
We saw Dina Gerges there trying to crash her way through for the white team, who are going to the city end of the ground in this second quarter, or to the left of screen. If you're watching on School Sport Vic website, Facebook page and YouTube as well. Trying to get out of there is Crossland again, who we saw a lot in that opening quarter. Tia Crossland. Just trying to find her on my sheet. I'll get back to it. But she's in the thick of everything. I want to give her a real pump up because she's playing very well. There she is from Bimbadeen Heights Primary School, the Croydon Footy Club in the Eastern Football Netball League. She's a real go-getter, Tia. And now here's a chance. Breaking out of there, the number 20, Dina Gerges. Kick towards the top of the goal square, but a nice defensive mark. Taken by Etta Place. Etta Place in the right place. Handball off to her teammate, the blue team, starting this second quarter just like they did the second, defending early on. Like I mentioned, we've got Nicholas Holloway here, the participation manager at school participation manager, I should say, at AFL House. Nick, do you want to tell us about specifically what your role is there and your partnership as well with School Sport Victoria that you extended during the week?
Yeah, School Sport Victoria obviously do an incredible job giving students participation opportunities with our game. School football is an integral part of the education system across the state, so we're very, very proud to be partnering with School Sport Victoria. She's playing a fantastic game out there, Indy Springett, isn't she? She has been fantastic. But schools is an absolutely essential part of everything we do. We put that at the top of our priority list because we understand this is where people fall in love with the game. And isn't it to be great to be back calling these games after 2 COVID-impacted years? It's great to see the return of school football.
Now, I have to ask you that. It was a good lead way, and I'm sure you're sick of asking these questions, but how did what you guys do there at AFL House in terms of participation, all those lovely things you just spoke about, how did COVID affect that?
Yeah, I think it certainly had an impact around the state. And look, we've been really proud of how the game's bounced back. You look at our participation numbers in Auskick and schools, and they're starting to rebound to their 2019 levels. And across the state right now, there's school football competitions back for the first time in 2 years. So I'm really enjoying getting out and seeing the return of school football.
I'm sure that the girls and the boys love it too. You know, you're waiting at home, you're kicking in your backyard, and you just want to get out there and kick it with your mates. And you see that everyone's just hungry. They're just out there and they're living it up as well. And we actually see that here, and that quality again, as you mentioned, Brent and Nick. It's great to see the young girls. They're only in primary school.
Really nice kick back into the corridor and mark taken by Lucy McKenzie. Maybe a chance here for the blue team to get some bounce off half back, although, really great football there from Lily Irvin. Eventually the numbers in blue will win out. Well, maybe not. Handball pinched. Crossland in the bright orange boots. Can't miss her today. Plenty of the football. Same with this girl too, Marku, who blasts one down towards full forward. Awkward bounce there for the lady on the last line of defence, and a really nice gather and a lovely finish as well by the white team there, and that was Poppy Smart, very smart indeed. Poppy popping through their 5th goal, Han.
Popping away, and it's just that, again, from Marku. She didn't get the goal, but she got the assist.
Yeah.
And it was just that patient from Smart, just went, I'm just going to wait till that ball bounces towards me, did a turn and went bam.
Good work in the build-up there as well by Dina Gergis, and finishing it off at the city end was Poppy Smart from Solway Primary School, Ashburton Junior Football Club in the Yarra Junior Football League. Really tidy finish there. Not about the result today, obviously, but you can tell just by looking at the girls in white as they come streaming out of the middle again through Kate Dayton. They just look a little bit classier, don't they? Although that mark dropped by Gergis. Back onto it, having a bounce, and from the pocket, Dina. Well, good pressure coming on the chase there and just putting her under pressure and kicking it out on the full. But Dina Gergis is starting to really get into the game. Mill Park Primary School. Epping Football Club in the Northern Football Netball League. She's another one that's been kicking goals, actually. Dina, 7 goals in 4 games. Oh, that's the dangerous kick back into the middle, and taking the mark is the lady who just kicked the goal a moment ago, Poppy Smart. And Poppy might kick 2 goals in as many minutes, although she'll be a bit disappointed with that kick. Missing it to the right-hand side. And finally, we've got our first minor score.
Finally, yes, it took a whole quarter and a bit. Smart to be the one doing it, but I'm sure we'll see plenty more of those. I mean, she probably would have had a bit more time and to kind of collect to see where that target was, but it could be the wind. I don't know. We thought the other side was going to be the wind, but it's not the factor on this occasion.
Ball's gone out of play in the right forward pocket, or has it? No, the umpire's called it back for a ball up. The white team still in attack. 5-1-31. They lead the Vic Blue team 1 straight 6. Oh, awkward bouncing ball, but a nice take there. Well, she might be in a bit of trouble here, Charlotte Coysh. And she has been penalised for holding the ball, so good forward 50 pressure. Handball and a crack at goal. That one came from Indy Springett, who we mentioned a moment ago has been in everything. Indy, Eastwood Primary School, East Ringwood Footy Club. Struggling to get it out of the back line here, the blue team. Although a nice mark, a chop-out mark taken there by India Hop. To the outer wing they go, and they fight for it. And they do fight for it. We were able to be a free kick in there for too high, going Charlotte Coysh's way. We know that last year this particular showcase day was postponed a couple of times.
Yep.
I think we ended up having it in October or November, I think, so it's much different conditions to what we've got today. But the girls who had to wait a long, long time, and this is, for a lot of these girls, this will be the highlight, you know, of their young footballing career. And so it's a big day for them.
Yeah,
Go out and strut their stuff. Sorry, Han.
Right.
And a lot of the girls, as we look up and down our team sheet, a lot of them have come from a long way away
a long
to get
way.
here.
Road trip, you know, they would have, you know, woken up really early or really, you know, all nights, whatever time it was, and got their kits ready. They would have just thought about this game for so long, and they're here. So they're here to play, and it's great to see them out there as well. So the Blues, can they get it in there forward 50 for the first time this quarter?
They've moved it up towards the arc. Couldn't get out of trouble there, Amelia Evans. And some of the girls in the white jumpers that are playing in the back line in this quarter have a chance to actually see some of the footy. They haven't seen it come their way. That's a bit of a loose kick, and it's gone out of play. Free kick for last disposal out of bounds, not last touch. To be brought back in by Remy Sliwa. Sleewer in the sleeves, who had a bit of the footy in the first term. Couldn't find a teammate with that kick. They're going to get it back inside 50 here, the blue team, and standing under it and almost taking a nice mark was Lucy McKenzie. Crossland, who's been one of the white team's better players. I reckon she's probably had about 15 disposals halfway through the second quarter. There's a free kick earned there for India Hop. Long to the outer side. Nice mark taken there.
She's playing a fantastic game, Sienna, isn't she?
Yeah,
she's
incredible.
full class.
She looks like she's got a good set of hands, Sienna Marku. Took that nice mark above her head just then. Took that one in the goal square in that opening term.
Good kick, good hands.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Simple football, that's what you want.
Ball right in the middle of Trevor Barker Beach Oval. Handball's come to Crossland. She's one of only a handful of players that I don't have to look down at my sheet. I know her now. Had a bunch of the pill. Got a good kick on her as well. She kicked that about 30 metres towards half forward. The blue team have repelled here. Looks like we've got a young lady just off the ball who's dusting herself off after that contest. It's Ruby Guard out there. She might be straight back into this contest as she sees the ball go inside 50. Not for long. Clearing kick for the white team. Bouncing ball. Back towards the middle of the ground. This is a bit better by the...
They're starting to win the ball a lot more around the contest, aren't they?
Here's a fast break. Kicking one towards the goal square. Evans, Amelia Evans. Wynn's just taken that one out towards the pocket. Oh, look out. We've got a hurdler having to go over the fence to collect the footy. That's Jess Fortington, who has to break the fort to go and get the footy. That's a hard ball get. Huh?
It is a hard ball get. But on the other end, there's heaps of puddles in that car park. So that ball's going to be wet really easily if you allow that to happen. But Blue looking pretty promising at the moment. They might get a goal in this quarter if they keep doing what they're doing, which is good, passing and movement of the ball.
One of the interesting things that I always marvel at with these types of games is how well the girls and boys are able to play with one another when you consider that they come from football clubs far and wide. We don't have too many girls in this particular game that are teammates. There's one or two. But I think that's a really good example of the class of players that are able to sort of, play with any sort of personnel, even girls that they may not be familiar with. I dare say they might have trained once or twice together, this group, but both teams, even the blue team that are struggling a little bit on the scoreboard, have put some good passages of play together. Oh, gee, there might be a break here for the white team. They've got 3-on-1. They've got to go here. Emma Betts and win the footy. Quickly descended upon. She's done well to hold it up on hands and knees. The umpire will do her a favour and ball it up just forward of centre for the white team. 5-1-31. They lead Vic Blue 1 straight 6. The only goal kicker for the blue team, Georgia Norton. You can see we just got a mass of players around this footy. Well, here's a chance. Just got an awkward bounce there. That was Gerges. Gerges has backed up and got it a second time, and from the pocket, awkward bouncing ball, found its way right to the goal line. Marku waiting for the handball, just had it bounce between her legs. Now she's trying to get it out and create another assist. Irvin trying to scrap it out of there. The umpire's going to ball it up right in the goal square at the city end. Knocking on the door again, the white team. Can Irvin pick that one up? She can, and she pops up and snaps. Kicked it straight up and down the chimney. Blue team with a clearing kick. Juggling mark. Almost taken there by Ruby Flett. Ball to the outer side. Here comes Kate Dayton. Just got beaten to the ball. Picked up by Marku. Not her best kick, and the blue team bouncing off half back. Only conceded the one goal in this second quarter, the blue team, so they've done a lot better than they did in the opening term.
Yeah, the Whites did have their chances in the goal box, but that pressure coming from the blue team didn't allow them to score that goal whatsoever, and they managed to kind of get it out of their back 50.
Into the final 90 seconds of the first half here of our first of two games today, the Year 12 and under girls. Brent Stenberg and Han Solo, and we've got Nicholas Holloway here AFL House Participation Manager. Before we let you go, Nick, I just want to ask you about the extension with the partnership with School Sport Victoria that we've spoken about a bit. Can you tell us a bit about what that means moving forward and some things on the agenda as we finally move our way out of the COVID era and into some blue skies and smooth sailing ahead?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we're really putting school football competitions as a priority for us moving forward, and we're undertaking a review. I don't really like the word review, but we're putting school football competitions in focus and finding out how we can provide greater support and how we can be more involved in school competitions. So School Sport Victoria are the leading provider of school football all across the state, and they provide thousands of opportunities for kids to play our great game. So it's obviously a majorly important stakeholder for us, and I think this partnership will last for many years to come as we both get such great wins out of it.
Indy Springett in the play there again a moment ago, just seeing on your replay. 10 seconds to go in the second quarter, and it's trickled through for another minor score for the white team, and I dare say that will be the final score of the opening half here in the Year 12 and under girls showcase game. It's been all the white team, hasn't it, in the opening half. 5-2-32, they lead the blue team just one goal. And that kick's just gone astray and out of play. And that'll do us for the opening half. There is a free kick here for the white team as it went out without being touched. I think that was Gergis. Adina Gergis, who thought, I might just be a little bit too far out to score, and so she gives it back to the umpire. Disappointed she didn't line up with the barrel there hard, not going to lie.
Would give it a shot. It could be in it to win it. So, well, it is what it is. Everyone deserves a break, and, well-deserved drinks break for all the girls. Played so hard and so well in this quarter.
5-goal opening half to the white team. The goal kickers, Sienna Marku with 3, Poppy Smart with 1, and Melina Briganti, and still just the 1 goal kicker for the blue team. It was Georgia Norton. And so it's a 26-point lead to the white team at the main half. 20 minutes break here at the half. We might be back for the second half in a moment. You're watching the School Sport Vic 2022 Australian Football Showcase Day on the SSV website and social media channels. Brent Stenberg, Han Solo, Nicholas Holloway is here with you from Trevor Barker Beach Oval in Sandringham, and we'll be back for the second half of our opening game here today, the Year 12 and under showcase match, in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the School Sport Vic 2022 Australia Football Showcase Day on the SSV website and social media channels as well. Brent Stenberg, Han Solo and Nicholas Holloway here with you from Trevor Barker Oval in Sandringham. This is our first of 2 games this afternoon. This is the Year 12 and under girls. Half time, and it's the ladies in the white jumpers that are comfortably in front, 5-2-32. They lead the blue team 1 straight 6 underway for the third quarter. The white team come racing out of the middle. Just quickly, the goal kickers at Sienna Marku for the white team with 3. Poppy Smart and Melina Briganti with 1 apiece, and the lone goal kicker for the girls in blue is number 16, Georgia Norton. Just the 1 goal for the blue team that was scored in that opening term. It's the white team going to the right of screen, or the Nick Sortner end of the goal. Flying shot towards the goal square and running on to take a nice mark at the top of the goal square is the number 7. Is it Lane Harvey? 17, I think. I've missed the number. It's Ava Bortington. Just pulled it across to the left of the goals. And so another behind for the white team. 5-3-33, leading the blue team 1 straight 6. Still the white team in attack. This is Dina Gerges, who just couldn't quite run onto the loose ball. One of the better players in that opening half. The white team just applying the pressure. Bortington in there again. She might have been penalised here for an illegal disposal. So taking the kick deep in the back line for the blue team, it's Ruby Gard, who copped a bit of a whack in that second quarter. Trainers went out and had a look at her, but she's okay. The ball runs out of play and we'll get a boundary throw in inside the forward 50, or a ball up rather. Inside the attacking zone for the white team, who have done a lot of attacking today. We've got Nicholas Holloway here, schools and participation manager at AFL House. Schools and Inclusion Manager. I think I've mucked up your title a couple of times, Nick. I'm sorry, mate, but we're mentioning off air you've had a couple of alignment changes there at AFL House. Do you want to maybe just speak about that in one moment as the white team are onto it? Running a long way there was Britignan. Let's come back to Gerges. You'd back Gerges to kick the goal here. That's a lovely finish.
What a fantastic goal that was.
Dina Gerges, who had a couple of opportunities in the first half, and she has kicked the goal of the day. Dina, don't worry about that.
It was just a team goal. It was that build up. You see the replay here. Fend off again, which was done brilliantly all day. Pass, look around, see where your plays are. Great communication, and bam, just brilliant finish coming there from the whites, which in the highlights, I think that's one to be placed in there for today.
From Mill Park Primary School and from the Epping Footy Club in the Northern Football Netball League, 7 goals in 4 games for her club, and has kicked undoubtedly the goal of the day here today. If we have a better goal than that, I can't wait to see it. Going to have another ball up in the middle of the ground. Nick, do you want to tell us about what's happening there at AFL House?
Yeah, thank you, Brent. So we've now got 2 clear streams which football operates out of, and the first one is the participation stream, and that's all about attracting players to our game, and that's the delivery of our Auskick and school programs. I might touch on it later, but all schools in the state have the opportunity to get a 2-week free program delivered by the AFL currently. So we look to engage all members of the community here, including our Indigenous, disability, multicultural and LGBTQI+.
Nice work there by the white team, breaking inside forward 50. Bortington over it there for the white team, being in amongst everything. Here she goes again. Now can the wind bring that one back? Not quite enough, and a solid mark taken on the last line of defence by the blue team. Sorry, Nick, too much action going on.
So much action out there, isn't there? And then the community is the second stream, and this is where we look to educate and create resources to attract coaches, volunteers, administrators to our game, and then look at things like creating policies and rules which help maintain the integrity of the sport. So there's 2 clear streams that we operate out of AFL Victoria.
And more about the streams. Can you let us know how to find out more information on how to get onto the streams?
Yeah, so I might touch on our our commitment to schools, and we want to be in as many schools as we can across the state. So all schools can have our AFL Victoria staff come out and deliver our primary play program for 2 free weeks. So we are communicating with all schools now, and we want to be in as many schools as possible to help grow our great game.
And of course, we don't really need to elaborate too much on how important that is to nurture the football talent and all sporting talent really at that grassroots level and school level, because that's ultimately where our footballers and sports people come from. Obviously, you know, we know that down the line we might have, talking about from a football sense here, we might have code hoppers, or we might have, you know, our athletes come over from Ireland, but it always has been and always will be where our talent comes from, you know, picking up that footy for the first time, you know, in the backyard or the schoolyard. So
yeah, and I think you look at the School Sport Victoria pathway, that'll be so many participants' first ever touch point of playing competitively as part of their school. And you know, I remember back in the day being part of the district, the regional pathway is my first time ever playing footy, and that's why the School Sport Victoria pathway is so important, because it introduces people to playing sport competitively for the first time.
A couple of the Vic Blue girls go crashing in there. Good work in defence. Hurried kick back towards half back. It's a strong mark there taken by Zara Pan. Kicks one inside 50. Is there a chance here maybe for the blue team? Bouncing ball. Picked up by the number 15 in there, Harper Delamere. Her kick's just gone offline. Just managed to trickle through for the behind. It's their first score since the opening quarter. 1-1-7 they are now, the blue team. Nice kick in from full back. Second kick not as great, but another chance here for the white team to get out of defence. That was Lucinda Rankin, who's been a really good link-up player today for the white team, as the blue team are going to have a free kick here, going the way of Amelia Evans. Sent a Rainmaker inside 50. No mark taken. Flipping a handball out there was Kate Dayton, looking for the running McCrossan, who just couldn't quite pick it up. Now she's lost out there to Sienna Schmidt, who turns and sends one back towards the pocket. Keep that one in there, Alice Nelson. Out of play in the right forward pocket. Not getting any boundary throw-ins in the forward 50s, which is interesting. The umpire just bringing it, I think, about 10-15 metres in and balling it up. Probably just to try and, well, we don't have any boundary umpires, do we? So that would be the main reason.
Can't do everything, the umpires, but you know, they make do, and it's actually probably a better outcome for everybody in this game at the moment. But the Blues looking pretty strong in this quarter. They've opened up and created more chances for themselves in the forward 50.
Trying to break the play open in there for the white team was Lane Harvey. Blue team back onto it. And that was a good blind turn in there, but couldn't quite take the football with her. That was Matilda Lachlan. Umpire calls for it, and we'll ball it up again.
So, any question for you? We've got a big, game today, big event. What other events are coming up that you would like to discuss and, talk about things happening in the next kind of 12-month calendar that you've got in play?
Yeah, we have our Herald Sun Shield, which is the leading school football competition across the state, where all associations send their winning team to, and that's like many events, hasn't ran over the last 2 years. So we're really excited for the return of that on the 13th of July, and School Sport Victoria will be sending teams in all of our divisions. So yeah, very exciting for the return of that major event.
It's a very prestigious event, isn't it? It's been around for a long time. I know, me being from Ballarat, there's a lot of Ballarat schools that do quite well in that particular event. So
yeah, it is a really prestigious event, and schools really do value the Shield, and the schools come from all across the state, representing one of the 12 football associations which are part of the event. We've got VFL grounds this year. The events will be held at Box Hill, Williamstown, and North Port Oval, and they'll all be live streamed as well, so you can go in there and watch your school play.
it's our closest answer to college football. in America. Not quite as crazy as that.
Oh, yeah, could be. You know, you've got the cheerleaders. Maybe we start introducing those, and what else? It's mascots on the field. But exciting times ahead. You know, it's great to see that they've got those opportunities for young players to be part of.
Yeah, 100%. And you look on the other side. You know, over the last 2 terms in the region and district events, we've had so many schools enter teams, and in those teams are people playing football for the first time. So school football really does cover the range from elite players to players who've never played our game before.
Looks like for the white team, Sienna Marco's been put deep in defence. Nice gather there by Zatara Beam, who we haven't seen too much of today. Picked up the loose ball cleanly. Back they come though, the blue team. It's the girls in the white that are actually struggling to get it beyond halfway at the moment, or there may be an opportunity here for Eleanor Adams with the kick in. Turned it over though, and a really nice hit-up kick by the blue team, and a mark taken. About 35 out from goal or so. Out to the pocket they go. That's a good effort in there for the blue team. That was Harper Delamere, who we've seen a little bit of in this third quarter already. Another behind for the blue team, so they're starting to hit the scoreboard, although not in the majors column. Sienna Marco kicking it in.
Fantastic use of the ball, isn't she, Sienna?
A thumping kick, isn't she? There was a young lady that we saw last year. Young Barbacus was her last name. I was told before the game from people who, well, I thought I trusted, they told me that Barbacus girl can kick it 50 metres. And I thought, okay, 40 metres and then maybe roll. She could kick it 50 metres.
Wow, that's incredible. That's insane. A lot of elite male players can't kick it from 50.
There's a nice gather coming off the half-back line there. That was Indy Springett. Now the white team finally going forward. Bouncing ball to half-back. Oh, it's an awkward one for the lady in the blue there. Clearing kick come from Tilly McErlane to the outer side. Tough ball up for grabs out there. It's Ruby Flett. I'm sorry, wrong team. Lily Irvin gathering that one. Lily Irvin is one of the young ladies I was talking about earlier on, who's from the Diamond Creek Football Club, and we know what a great women's football program that they've got set up there. Of course, so many of the champion AFLW players have come from that particular group, as there's a really nice spot-up kick and great play there by the white team. They're kicking board. It's been marked by Isabel Lee, who's just a little bit too far out to score, she thinks. She's a long ball towards the top of the goal square. Difficult one for the blue team to deal with. Kick out towards the back pocket. After it was Charlotte Coish. I said that's gone out and give it to me and I'll ball it up. Yeah, Diamond Creek, who we know were in the VWFL and then the VFLW for a long time, not in that competition anymore, but a very, very successful team. And yeah, so many of those champions that we see in the AFLW, that some of the household names come from there. Lily Irvin, who attends the Diamond Creek East Primary School. Better not forget to mention the school, but yeah, Diamond Creek Footy Club in the Northern Football Netball League. I'd say probably in terms of around these parts, second only to Darebin, I reckon, Diamond Creek, in terms of the women's program that they've set up, and a program that has been on board for a long, long time. Not one of these, you know, AFLW, VFLW teams that just sort of jumped on and aligned themselves with the AFL teams.
It's just, I think they've spent time and quality time and coaching to these young players. You know, you've got to start from somewhere. And you see that coming out from Diamond Creek. It shows, and you're kind of almost proud of these players that come and make it to the big leagues. And these girls, they really show it today. And the Whites, they've been dominating in most of this game. At the moment, Blues have just been applying that pressure and not allowing any movement. Look at this, Whites just struggling. And the technique that you see, how do these players know when to tackle in, and you see this is just quality football from just youngsters at the moment.
How about this young lady, Tia Crossland, who just picked the footy up almost like it had a handle on it, so clean. Good tackle applied in there by Beam. And I play this one right to the end. The umpire says, I've seen enough, I'll ball it up at half forward for the white team. 6-4-40 they are. Leading Vic Blue 1-2-8. Of course, the result is not important here. We've got all of these ladies that are playing to be picked for the Team Vic Year 12 and under team that will play in the School Sport Australia Championships, which is coming up later in the year. In fact, next month, I believe. And that team will actually be announced along with the boys tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. You can watch that announcement on the stream, on the website, and on the School Sport Vic socials as well. As Beam almost got the right angle bounce of the century there, but didn't quite come back enough.
Everyone was just holding their breath to see where that was going to land, and in the end...
Thought for a moment it was going to come back. Satara Beam from the Norwood Secondary College and the Mitcham Footy Club in the Eastern Football Netball League. That'll do us for the third quarter, game number 1. The girls out there, year 12 and under, and all the Vic White team, 6-5-41. They lead Vic Blue 1-8. So at three-quarter time, it'll be the young ladies in the white jumpers who lead by 33 points. 1 quarter to come, and then we'll have a break and look towards the year 12 and under boys, which will kick off at 12:30. Nicholas Holloway is going to depart us.
Yes, thank you for having us today. What a game of football, what a spectacle, and it shows how far girls football has come in the last 10 years.
Wonderful to have you, Nick, and all the best with everything that's to come this year and over the next 10 years as well. I'm sure you'll be there to see it out until the end. Nick, thank you very much, mate.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Alrighty, that'll do us for Nick, and that'll do us for the third quarter. You're watching the School Sport Vic 2022 Australian Football Showcase Day on the SSV website and social media channels. Brent, Stenberg and Han Solo here to take you through to the end of this game from Trevor Barker Beach Oval in Sandringham, and we'll be back for the final quarter of the year 12 and under girls match in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the School Sport Vic 2022 Australian Football Showcase Day on the SSV website and social media channels too. Brent, Stenberg and Hans Solo here with you. Trevor Barker Beach Oval in Sandringham is where we are today. It's three-quarter time of our first game here today between the Year 12 and under girls. The score is Vic White, 6-5-41. Well on top of Vic Blue, 1-8. But it has been a much better contest than what that score suggests, Han, hasn't it?
Has been, and the Blues came out in that third quarter time to be more dominant and more, possessive footy, as we like to see. And the Whites struggling to get a goal in. Obviously, they got that cracking one that you saw from Jurgen, but it was just Blues loving it. I think they're in the game now. I think they've got that confidence. Obviously, as we mentioned before, these players are playing for the first time together, so you don't actually see that on the screen.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that. You'd think that these were two clubs, community clubs.
Coming
they
together,
seem to be on the same page. You're going to get that, like we mentioned earlier on, when you've got the young girls who are the best in the state. These are girls that we will see. Well, they probably should have been dropping the ball. We didn't get a call there, did we? We did. Free kick to be taken here for the white team, Miller Giardini.
Referee on it. There's two of them out there that's doing a great job today.
Nice kick as well. And they've found the intended target. This is Jessica Fortington, who had a bit of the ball in that third quarter. She kicked towards the goal mouth. Bit of a swing and a miss there by the number 9, Chloe Bila-Kalia. Good pressure there in defence by the Vic Blue team. Just stay with this play as the umpire keeps calling play on. He doesn't want to have to ball it up. I reckon he's going to have to here, just to break open the play a little bit. I was going to mention, these are the young girls that we will see move up next year and the year after and play in the Year 15 and under showcase game. And then there's a good track record in the boys, as we see a flying snap for goal there, and that's a lovely kick around the corner. Team White have another one. It was Jasmine Jones who sent a really nice snap around the body straight through the big sticks, and so Jessie Jones has got herself a goal and another one for the white team.
They've started off strong, the Whites. They, I think, from the coach's bench, get on the scoreboard early, apply that scoreboard pressure, and they did so well. They couldn't get it out of their defensive half, the Blues, and the Whites in the end just all class, and that goal was just so brilliant through the sticks.
Jessie Jones from the Oxley Christian College plays for East Ringwood in the Eastern Footy Netball League. 3 goals in 6 games there this year, 12 goals in 11 games last year for East Ringwood, so we shouldn't be surprised with that lovely finish in front of goal. There's a nice defensive mark here taken by the red-headed Lane Harvey and the red-socked Lane Harvey. Her kick was just dropped in the middle of the ground, but swooping on it there, Ava Bortington kicks the white team towards the half-forward line. I was mentioning a moment ago that we've got a great track record with the boys in this showcase day, going all the way up and then playing in the AFL. No doubt that as the girls start to come through the system, we'll see some famous names, and no doubt from this group, some famous names that will be playing in the Year 15 and unders in a few years' time, and then going into the NAB League girls and beyond into the AFLW that we know is starting in August, and we'll have all 18 teams for the first time, which is very exciting. Oh,
I can't wait. That's August, you said?
Yes.
That's around the corner.
Yes.
That's very close. That's very close. So a lot of teams are doing a lot of pre-season at the moment, and they just came off from a season. So it's a quick turnaround. It's going to be a longer season, obviously, because you've got more teams to participate in. And for the new teams, I think Essendon's won. And what?
Yes, so Essendon and Hawthorn are the final 2 Victorian teams to enter the fray, and then Port Adelaide and Sydney. And we'll all be together again, 18 teams in the AFLW. And by the time these girls out there today are of age to be drafted, we might have 2 more teams. We might have a Tasmanian girls team, and who knows, maybe a team from the Territory as well. There's another opportunity here, although a really good tackle applied there by the Vic Blue player, and that was the number 3 Zara Fan on the last line of defence in the long sleeves. A save, maybe not a goal, but a certain shot at goal. That's interesting. The tackle came from Zara Fan, but she didn't get the kick, so maybe I missed that and the whistle was for something else. But great tackle nonetheless, Zara. Didn't go unnoticed by myself and Han up here in the commentary box. Really good piece of defending. As the white team trying to come forward here, just getting a kick under pressure there was Miller Zampa Kelly. Inside forward 50, only momentarily. Going again is Ava Bortington. That for a kick, she's kicked it a good 40 metres, and it's going to run away from Tilly McErlane for the blue team. Last disposal out of bounds. And a nice kick that's gone straight to her teammate. 13 to 14, we're going in numerical order. Willow Siantar. Good ball movement here by the
Very good ball movement. This is a brilliant play and good communication as well. They're putting their hand up to, collect the ball. Good marks as well, and they're very clean at the moment, the Blues.
It was Jess Gray who kicked it to Bethany Grenis. And that's where the link-up play comes unstuck, but they still come forward, and they've got numbers here potentially, the blue team. Matilda Beckers, handball off there to her teammate in Alice Nelson. Really good play for the girls in blue to get this one to half forward, but now it's another contest, and there's Dina Gerges who gets the clearing kick away, beautiful as well. Finds Jasmine Jones who kicked that last goal. And she's looking for the leading player there in India Hop. Now we've got a pile up on the outer side. That last goal that we saw from Jazzy Jones was a really nice kick around the corner, but not sure it beats out Dina Gerges' goal that we saw up the other end. That was beautiful.
Very beautiful. So I have plenty of time to go for another spectacular goal. But the Blues, can they get one in? They're working really hard. The Whites just denying them any opportunity of any breathing space at the moment.
At the half-back line here, tricky ball to get under her possession. It was Miller Giardina. And now Miller Zampa Kelly, who's in the middle of that.
The umpire's amped up his the vocals at the moment.
A long play on
practicing.
Call. It's like he's in a canyon or something, and he's giving the old QE call. Ladies go after it on the outer wing. We've mentioned how good the skill has been. It's been good, really good pressure as well. There's been a lot of terrific tackles that have been landed. Some that have maybe gone unrewarded, but that's okay. Keep the game flowing as Atara Beam kicks one to the outer side. Just touching it before it went out of play there was the Vic White player. The umpire will ball it up. Smack bang centre wing. Still it's Vic White, 7-5-47, leading the Vic Blue team 1-8. So there might be a chance here for Charlotte Campbell to pick it up. She was caught dropping it, said the umpire. So it's picked up here in a free kick to be taken by Jessica Gray. To the outer side, down the line on the outer side. Trying to burst out of there. That might have been Gerges, who was just caught in possession. Nice handball and good gather by Sienna Schmidt. Kick smothered. Another ball up on the outer side. It's been played at a really good pace, this game. Just wonder, some of the girls might be getting a little bit tired, especially the ones that have come from here, there and everywhere this morning to pull their boots on and play this game. Would have been a long road trip, falling asleep in the car before they get here. I'm sure they weren't. I'm sure they would have.
No. It's good. It's great to see. Even the parents got to give credit to them.
Yes.
They're also, making the trek here with the young players, and from far and wide, even a couple of local clubs are here as well. So it's good to see them all come together in a big event like this.
This blue team in attack, Matilda Beckers. Now it's come to Georgia Norton, who kicked their only goal today. Down towards the top of the goal square. Irvin couldn't mark for the white team. Now it's gathered by Poppy Smart. Oh, about to be caught, Poppy. Oh, just got the handball away. No. By much closer than us. He rewards the tackler. It was a very good tackle. Sienna Roden. Chips one to the goal square. Can they find a mark, the blue team? Oh, not quite, but well roved there by Harper Delamere. Her kick's gone across the face and marked right alongside the goal square by Matilda Beckers. who
Terrific
you would
mark.
think, Han, will kick their second goal, surely.
Surely. But terrific mark. It was just contested and just used her body, moved her body, and this one will be a rewarding goal, which it is.
Well done by the left footer there, Mathilda Beckers from St Michael's Grammar School, Richmond Junior Footy Club in the Yarra Juniors Football League. So finally they've got their second goal, the girls in blue, and that's good reward for effort. They have...
Yes, they've done all the tackling. From the back, you know, they've applied that pressure, which we haven't seen too much of against the Whites, and build that ball up, found a mark, found a player, and it was just a fantastic finish from the Blues.
2-2-14, Vic Blue, trailing Vic White 7-5-47, just under 5 minutes to play here in our first game of the day, the Year 12 and under girls. Chance here potentially for the blue team to get it out of the middle. Oh, Schmidt might have been fallen in the back. Player says, no, give it to me, another ball up on the outskirts of the centre circles. Of course, you mentioned the parents and the role that the parents play. Of course, we've got to praise the parents of the girls out there today. We know what a great sacrifice they give up as well, you know, to make sure that their girls and boys can get to their local grounds every weekend to play and also get them to a showcase game like today. And like we say, they travel from far and wide and sometimes at great expense. So well done to all the parents there, and this is a really good reward for the success of their girls and boys. And we know some of the girls will be picked for the Vic team that will represent Victoria in the School Sport Australia Championships, and some won't. But just to get to this level and be picked amongst the top 44 in the state to play out there today is a great achievement in and of itself.
It is, and to represent your school as well. And you know, even though you might not get selected, you come back to your schoolmates and your teachers, and you know, I'm sure they're praising for their efforts as well for today.
Free kick in the back line there, taken by Georgia Norton, who's been playing in all different parts of the ground this morning for the Vic Blue team. She's gone in to apply a tackle there, and she'll get another free kick. So her last two kicks have come by way of a good old Falcon there.
Feels like the intensity has just gone up a bit. I think they realise how much time is left in this game, and the Whites feels like they've cranked it up a bit.
2.5 minutes to play. They're going forward again. Can Chloe Bilakalia run onto it? No, just been beaten by the boundary line. So the umpire will ball it up. 2 minutes 20 to play in the final quarter. 33 points is the White team's lead. Zatara Beam, who didn't see too much of her in the first half, but she's had plenty of it in the second. Oh, loose kick was taken by the number 16, Jess Fortington. And now a chance here and a great finish. I think that might have been one of our top players today. Was it Crossland, I believe? Tia Crossland, who kicked a nice goal. We'll have to see that on the replay here, Han. Really good work by the Vic White girls just to keep it alive. Great team play again, and that wasn't Crossland. That was, I think that might have been Jasmine Jones, the number 21, to kick another goal.
You saw that in a lot of the goals today. They use more of the ground. Their communication, that instead of going forward against the goal, they try to look for other options, and the Whites have just been dominating in that kind of area of play.
Good tussle right there in the middle of the ground. The umpire has said that there was a throw in there, and so a free kick going the way of the blue team. Harper Delamere. Long kick. It's a good kick in terms of the territory earned, but intercepted by Eleanor Adams of the White team. Irvin, this time kicking it into the face of an opponent rather than our own team. Going again there, Lily Irvin. Oh, now she's gone down in a big tackle. She's tough, she'll get back up, she's okay. Another ball up just forward of centre, so inside 35 seconds to play. You'd think maybe only the blue team can score from here. They got it just forward of centre. Beam went up high and won it down. Trying to break out of there was Ava Baxter.
Team's been great this quarter. Got more time on the footy, I reckon.
I'm a big fan of Zatara Beam. I've really liked what she's done in and around the clinches, around the football in this second half. I reckon on Commentators in the future we'll have a lot of fun with coming up with the puns for her name, Zatara Beam. There's the final siren. It brings to an end our first game here today, the Year 12 and Under Girls Showcase match. Good exhibition game. Vic White in the end run out winners 8-5-53. They defeat the Vic Blue side 2-2-14. We might go through the goal kickers just quickly. For the white team, it was 3 for Sienna Marcoux, who kicked all of her goals in the first quarter.
Brilliant goals too.
And Jasmine Jones, who kicked a pair in the last term.
Yeah.
And then we had singles of Poppy Smart, Melina Briganti, and the goal of the day kicked by Dina Gerges from Middle Park Primary School. And just the 2 goal kickers for the ladies in blue. Georgia Norton from Furbank Grammar School with 1, and Mathilda Beckers from St Michael's Grammar School with the last goal of the game. For that particular side, as we see the girls come together, and we might have some photo opportunities here, but I want to get your thoughts on that contest, that match there, Han Solo. It was on the scoreboard it was a one-sided game, but it was a really great exhibition of skill. And you've got to remember, these are young girls, so to be able to have the skills that they do and to be able to play as they did together, and we mentioned it a couple of times, they've never played, with these girls. They may have trained together, but most likely a lot of these girls probably met each other for the first time today. They should be really proud of themselves.
They have been, and they adapt. It was just, the more the game went on, the more chemistry that they developed, and it was just, these girls are, I'm saying talented. They're very mature for their age. You actually forget how old they are.
We might go and see some of the highlights of the goals that were kicked today. Yeah, this was a great goal. This was the goal that got us off and running. That was Georgia Norton, who looked like she was going to go with the drop punt and then changed her mind at the last moment and kicked the check side, or the banana. Beautiful goal from deep within the right forward pocket. I thought that the Vic Blue team might be away, but it was really all Vic White from then on. Just watching here some of the highlights of the day. This was the goal that was kicked there.
Might be the girl that got the blood now.
Yeah, that was by the number 6, Melina Briganti.
Oh, Briganti, yeah, that was the second one. That was
set up by Lucinda Rankin.
Does your feet hurt?
We're seeing here the first goal that was kicked by Sienna Marcoux. Actually, that might have been her. No, it was her first. Taking a good mark in the goal square. She started well, kicked obviously 3 great goals in the first quarter, and then they put her in the back line to give some of the girls an opportunity up forward. But Sienna Marcoux, certainly a name to remember. 3 goals in the opening quarter. Seeing here another goal that the white team kicked. This was Sienna Marcoux again. In fact, that was Poppy Smart's goal. Showing some smarts.
Showing a lot of smarts.
You loved that pun at the time, huh?
It was at the time.
You got a bit cold on it.
Yeah, I told you that was the first laugh you'll ever get today, and then
fair
after
enough.
that.
And that was Poppy Smart just missing from the top of the goal square, but showed a lot of promising signs. They had some really dangerous forwards, didn't they?
They did,
The
and
white
when
team.
they connected and worked well with their passes, they're very dangerous, and they can finish, and it was just a brilliant plays that they created. And as you mentioned, or we've mentioned all day, these players haven't played with each other or against each other at all, so the connection is just all smarts, as you would say.
I think the thing as well that the coaches will be really proud of is so many of the goals that we saw today. This was
Yeah.
the pick of them. Dina Gerges, you see, received the handball, didn't even look at the goals, and from 30 out threw it on the boot. From our commentary position, we had a great vantage point. It just swung back right to left. That's the goal of the day. Don't worry about it. And she'll be telling all of her friends tomorrow at school.
It would be all over social media. She's got it. It would just be on repetition.
I'll tell you what, they should get her up at the assembly at the start of tomorrow, Mill Park Primary School, and say, everybody, look at this. Dina Gerges' goal of the day yesterday at Trevor Barker Beach Oval. But, I was just going to mention the coaches, no doubt, would be really happy with the teamwork, and all of the goals that they kicked, the white team, come because of that, and
Exactly.
no doubt they would have been saying before the game, you know, there's obviously a want and desire for these girls and the boys in the next game to stand out individually. But you know, the main thing that you want to see is team play, link-up play, and good things, as we know, always come as a result of good team play.
Exactly, and if you're going to be too selfish and want it all, it's not going to work in games like this, especially a team sport. You've got to be able to rely on your teammates, and which they've done brilliantly, the Whites. That's a special moment when that does happen and it results in a goal. That's just coach. I think they're just pat on the back for them. Was that all the goals? I think they.
Yes.
Yep.
I think we saw. I think we saw all of them. There was plenty, wasn't there? 10 goals all up kicked, which is. You know, not bad, playing on a full-size ground. This is it's a narrow ground, but it's quite a big ground here at Trevor Barker Beach Oval. So for girls, you know, 11 and 12 years old to end up kicking, 10 goals, that's good value for money.
Very
not
good
that we
value.
paid to get into the ground, but...
I would pay for
well, you
this.
would.
I would. Entry free.
to see this level of talent, for sure. Yeah. We might wrap it up there, Han. And don't forget, everybody, we've got the Year 12 and under boys game to come at 12:30. Just in a little while, we can see the two sets of players there, just getting some instructions and some praise, no doubt, from the coaches that lead the two groups today. We're going to step out and take a little breather, and when we do, we'll come back in a little while for the boys game. Brent Stenberg and Han Solo here with you. You're watching the School Sport Vic 2022 Australian Football Showcase Day on the SSV website and social media channels as well. In the girls' game, it was the Vic White team, 8-5-53, defeating Vic Blue 2-2-14 in a great display of teamwork and skill. And coming up in, what will we call it? We'll call that about 38 minutes. We'll have the Year 12 and under boys. Brent Stenberg and Han Solo here with you, and we'll be back in a little while to see some of the best junior male talent in the state.